This is a Fox News alert. News from the President of the United States that there has been an attack inside Iran. Just moments ago, President Donald Trump putting out on Truth Social, we have completed our very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. Again, this from President Donald Trump. A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site, Fordow. All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our great American warriors. There is not another military in the world that could have done this. Now is the time for peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Again, that's just seconds ago from President Donald Trump on Truth Social, suggesting that those B-2 bombers that perhaps were on the way may have been behind this. We'll get more details on these 3 sites that the president said has been attacked inside Iran. This comes after days of negotiations to try to get Iran to the negotiating table. The President of the United States saying it would have to be unconditional surrender, saying enrichment would have to stop. We heard from negotiations in Europe that that was not being accepted by the Iranians, that they would not stop enriching uranium. There was a thought that this could go as long as 2 weeks, as the president said he would decide within 2 weeks. However, 2 days is within 2 weeks. And now word from President Donald Trump that these attacks have happened. Again, interesting that 3 sites have been struck by U.S. bombers. And this, again, we'll get more information about the exact targets and what bombs were used. We expect that the GBU-57, the bunker buster, the massive penetrator bomb, may have been one of those used. Fordow is a nuclear facility inside Iran that is roughly a half-mile deep underneath.
So one of the things that I have been reading up on is, though, I anticipated Trump to actually make this decision within about 2 weeks. But obviously, if we just being technical, 2 days is within 2 weeks. So, I expected to have this conversation with y'all probably 2 weeks from now. However, I had been reading up about the bomb, and they said that the bomb actually burrows about 200 feet deep, and then it explodes. So that it would probably be 2 bombs back to back from this unused bomb or untested bomb up to this point. But I'm not really sure how to feel right now, because I did not want to drag the United States of America into this whole situation, but it almost seemed like it was inevitable. It seemed like Trump had already made up his mind that he was going to align with Israel 7 days ago, 7 to 8 days ago, roughly, when this whole attack started. Trump administration said that the United States of America was not behind this, that Iran should not, have any kind of thoughts of retaliating against the United States of America, which obviously we've seen a whole war go back and forth only within the last 8 days between Israel and Iran. I had personally been questioning whether or not we should even be aligned with Israel. I know that a lot of people had a lot of conversations on the Millionaire Morning Show with me, speaking specifically about why we align with Israel. Nobody gave me any real concrete reason why that makes sense. Some of them were spiritual. Other people had, perspectives as far as, them paying off our politicians. But our alliance with Israel against Iran, it seems like it culminated in this thing is just going in fast motion. You've seen military leaders being killed, and then they replaced an Iranian military leader with another head military leader, and he was killed immediately. I reported earlier today that another military leader had been killed. And so it seems like at this point, it had transitioned over from, I'm going to make a decision. You guys needed to take the peace deal. We don't want any kind of, nuclear weapons or enrichment going on over there. And Iran said, no, but I guess, Trump was like, no, I'm going to press the button, and that's going to be the end of this conversation. So as of right now, more details will be coming out, and I will be covering this as we go along, as I have been the whole entire time. But, there is talks and reports of sleeper cells, and then obviously we've seen the Supreme Leader warn the United States of America not to get involved at all, or else it would be, a situation. It seems as though Israel has our ear, and whatever it is that they decide that they're going to do, the United States of America is right behind it. Now, surprisingly, we're getting reports that's saying that we just completely detonated in 3 different locations for all of the nuclear sites for Iran, and that was no longer a conversation. Along with the fact that obviously we had bombed and destroyed their scientist that was behind that. So yeah, man, it's an interesting situation. But let me get the rest of this report, and then we'll come back and summarize this thing up.
A rock mountain-like facility that has been said to be the site of a lot of the enrichment capability. Esfahan, believed to be a storage facility for enriched uranium, and Natanz, another part of the nuclear facilities. They have several throughout Iran. It has been long described as a very difficult and tedious effort to go after these nuclear sites, but the U.S., for the first time, launching an attack inside Iran. Again, the President of the United States saying all of the planes are out of Iranian airspace. The bombings do continue by the Israelis inside Iran as this back-and-forth volley between Israel and Iran has continued for some 2 weeks. We expect to hear more about this operation, not only from the Pentagon, but perhaps from the White House, although the White House this evening, has called a lid, as far as meaning no one will talk after that. That may be changing now. Obviously, we have this Truth Social post from President Donald Trump.
I had largely, for the first time in my life, I had actually agreed with Bernie Sanders in saying that I didn't want the United States of America to be participating in any war. Obviously, I'm always going to trust and rock out with the President of the United States of America because I trust that they have the intelligence and the judgment to make the right decisions. I've seen a lot of liberals starting to stand with Iran, which is absolutely crazy to me, even if you don't necessarily care for the United States of America taking this action, which I'm not necessarily saying that I agree with it. We'll see what plays out. I think that 2 things can be true at the same time. You can absolutely not stand with Iran in any capacity. There's no reason for us to ever stand with Iran. At the same time, you don't necessarily have to agree with the actions that Israel took. And you can trust in that the president necessarily made the right decision, even though as of right now, it's not something that, I care to do it because the thing that I voted for is no new wars. Like I said, though, I will keep you guys informed on what's going on. I am definitely paying attention to this. I think that this is a really big deal. This is a major situation that we all need to be aware of, and we cannot take it lightly. And so as I get new information, and because I've seen a Truth Social post, and obviously it's spread across X, formerly known as Twitter. So as I continue to get information, I am going to be on top of it because this is what we do over here on the Anton Daniels and the Millionaire Morning Show. So I'll keep you guys informed. Prayers up. I hope that everything works out for the United States of America. And I already knew that something was up when Trump said everybody in Tehran and Iran, they need to try to evacuate immediately. You already knew what was up. You already knew what was going on. But Israel continues their barrage and their assault against Iran, and we'll see how that plays out. Just pray that this is not a World War III thing. Taking action against nuclear sites sounds like it's not a World War III thing, but you never know. Stay prayed up, stay focused. I'll keep you guys informed. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.